We have our first significant update that is an indication that Christian McCaffrey will return, at least according to Kyle Shanahan, this week against the Bucs. Kyle Shanahan went on KNBR with Tolbert and Copes, and he says that he expects CMC to be able to make his season debut this Sunday. Now, this is absolutely phenomenal news. Kyle Shanahan hasn't really given too many updates on this matter. He's been kind of keeping it close to the vest. Again, they want to make sure he's been able, CMC is able to get through the practices. And it does appear that CMC has made it not only through the bonus practice that was happening on Monday, but also through these first two practices on Wednesday and Thursday. He was officially limited in both of these, but it does sound like he is trending towards playing. Take a listen to what Kyle Shanahan had to say on KNBR.
So I won't ask you if McCaffrey's going to play because I know you're not going to. You already tried to answer that one, or you didn't. But I'll ask you this: do you feel good right now? Do you feel one way or the other, like if he's going to play, or is this truly going to be something you're going to have to wait till game time?
I do feel good one way or another.
Okay.
It's been 2 good days, and I'm not trying to. I'm just kind of messing around, but
yeah.
He's been awesome these last 2 days. So hopefully that continues to go well, and expect to get him out there. And you never know for a setback or anything, but these 2 days have been great, and expect to see him out there.
So I've made this analogy. Tell me if, because I know sometimes it gets a little goofy when you start skipping sports, but we always say about Steph Curry's gravitational pull and how he makes it easier for guys when he's on the court. Even if he's not scoring, you have to pay so much attention to him, and it just stretches the court where it's easier for everybody else. Can the same be said about Christian, where you got to pay so much attention to him and eyes are on him that there's a gravitational pull to him just being out there that helps other people do their job?
Yes, without a doubt, like 100%. And it's I've had that with a few players in my career where they're one-on-one players, to where the guy that they match up with, and with Christian it's usually his first linebacker or safety, but there's the percentages of one of those guys being able to guard him by himself are extremely small, and you know that. So when you go into games and you have a player like that, you usually know if they do try to do that, it's usually going to be a very high completion percentage for your quarterback. But you're going in and knowing that they know that, and so guys are going to usually play with leverage, and they're going to have help on the inside or the outside, and always know where that second guy is. And when you know that, and you put things together, you kind of have an idea of how the field's going to move, and you know where the other holes are going to be. And yes, if they don't do that, then you get to attack and get the ball to a guy that's going to be very consistent. But it also opens up everything else, kind of going into it expecting what it's going to look like. And that was one of the best things. And I never had it really with a running back, but I had it very strongly with Julio Jones when I was in Atlanta. You just knew that the safety was cheating over there. So you knew the looks that the other guys were going to get, any of the other 4 eligibles. So you could kind of design stuff for space, because you knew it was going to be more space than you saw on film. And whenever it wasn't like that, then you knew the guy was one-on-one with people he can't be one-on-one with. And I had that with Andre Johnson a little bit in Houston. But when you get those people, it's really helps.
Obviously, we are all excited about this. Finally, Christian McCaffrey returns. It does sound like, and if you listen to Kyle, I think he's like, all right, guys. Yeah, I think we expect him to be out there. Had 2 really good days of practice, and he's didn't suffer any setbacks. And again, that's been the big key word, is no setbacks. And so this aligns with what we heard from Richard Sherman earlier in the day, is that we do expect that CMC is going to go. He didn't have, and that was the thing, is we just needed to make sure he didn't re-injure himself, and that doesn't appear to be the case. So this is really exciting news. Christian McCaffrey, after missing the first 8 games of the season, after that kind of crazy situation that played out before the Monday Night Football game against the Jets, he is basically on track to play. And so if you're a fantasy player, DFS, all those, you playing sleeper and using my promo code SF9ers, man, you're probably firing up Christian McCaffrey, because it sounds like he is going to be good to go, and he is going to be ready to get active. And I think we are projecting that he will have a pretty similar workload, maybe not a full workload, but I think a pretty prominent workload. I think he's ready to go. Sounds like he could have won against the Cowboys, but they decided to, be cautious and hold them out. And it does sound like we will see CMC versus Tampa Bay. Great, great news. Let me know what you guys are feeling about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.